Hi, my name is Nicole, and we're here tonight to discuss about one of the most common questions that we are receiving about stevia. And today I'm going to share with you the facts of Stevia Rebaudiana and what does it contribute to diabetes? Is it effective in helping diabetic people, or is it dangerous for their health? So in this presentation, you will learn what is diabetes, what are the symptoms of diabetes, what are the major types of diabetes, can stevia really help diabetics, benefits of stevia, things to remember. As you notice, I'm making a quick introduction about diabetes so that everybody would understand how stevia could actually help in um, in the cases of diabetes. Okay, what is diabetes? Diabetes, often referred to by doctors as diabetes mellitus, is described as a group of metabolic diseases in which the person has high blood glucose or blood sugar, either because insulin production is inadequate or because the body cells do not respond properly to insulin, or both. Patients with high blood sugar will typically experience polyuria, frequent urination. They will become increasingly thirsty and hungry. So those actually are the major symptoms of diabetes. You get hungry almost all of the time. You urinate frequently, and because you excrete lots of fluid, there's an urge for you to drink more. And there's actually two major types of diabetes: diabetes type 1 and 2, and there are many factors that could have caused it. It depends on your lifestyle, your eating habits, and sometimes it's hereditary. Type 2 diabetes. What is type 2 diabetes? It is the subtle version of diabetes. Unlike people with type 1 diabetes, the bodies of people with type 2 diabetes can still make insulin, but either their pancreas does not make enough insulin, or the body cannot use the insulin well enough. This is called insulin resistance. When there isn't enough insulin, or the insulin is not used as it should be, sugar can't get into the body cells, and when glucose builds up in the blood instead of going into cells, the body cells are not able to function properly. um, we already mentioned the word insulin many times in this presentation, so just if among you don't know, um, insulin is actually responsible for moving nutrients to your cells, especially sugar, and so that it could be used as energy. And when your body does not produce enough insulin, your body your body will have glucose buildup, and instead of it's being released, it's gonna be built up in your blood. That's why we have blood sugar spikes, and that's why they have, diabetic people need to regularly intake insulin medications, injections. And the other type of diabetes is type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes occurs when the body's own immune system destroys the insulin producing cells of the pancreas. Normally, the body's immune system fights off foreign invaders like viruses or bacteria, but for unknown reasons, in people with type 1 diabetes, the immune system attacks various cells in the body. This results in a complete deficiency of insulin hormones. So this is quite more severe than type 2 diabetes, and that's why when you have diabetes type 1, you cannot have wounds, because it will take time for the blood clot to occur. So it means you will bleed and bleed and bleed, and yeah, this is the last thing that you might you want to have in your lifetime. And what are the most common symptoms of diabetes? We already discussed this earlier, but there's other symptoms. Aside from frequent urination, excessive thirst, increased hunger, you might experience weight loss, tiredness, lack of interest and concentration, a tingling sensation or numbness in the hands or feet, blurred vision. So, what stevia is doing here in this presentation, you know, now diabetes is being linked to stevia because stevia does provide you the sweet taste without the worry of sudden spikes of your blood sugar. So stevia became well known to diabetic people, and however, there were some controversies about the safety of it. If you should be really substituting your sugar to stevia, or whether you just go with artificial sweeteners. So there's a lot of debate going on, but let me present you what is stevia. Stevia is a green leafy plant originated in South America. It is 200 times sweeter than sugar but has no effect in sugar levels, and that's what makes stevia special among the other sweeteners out there in the market today. And history shows that ancient people of Paraguay have used this plant for centuries as their sweetener. And stevia is not their ordinary sweetener because it was used as a medicine, it was used in their skincare, it was used to treat wounds, burns, and many uses according to the history. Well, majority of the population in Brazil, Korea, and Japan and China have been using stevia as alternative sweetener for decades, since artificial sweeteners were banned in some countries due to reports of its negative effects on the body. And many have been using stevia, as you see, for decades, but no reported side effects or major health problem that it might contribute to you. So I personally use stevia as a substitute for my sugar, and it does its job. It gives me the sweet taste I need while improving my health. And stevia contains steviol glycoside, and this is the substance which is responsible for making it sweet. And the good thing about this is it is not carbohydrate based, unlike sugar, because carbohydrates contain lots of calories, and it is being blamed for high blood glucose, for weight gain, and other diseases that you might wanna that you might have heard and linked to it because of excess sugar. Study shows that taking stevia is safe and good for human consumption. So if you're gonna ask me if stevia can actually help in diabetes cases, well, the answer is a big yes. And let me explain you why. Stevia does not affect blood glucose, and the effect of stevia glycoside, which makes it sweet, isolated from Stevia Rebaudiana in type 1 and type 2 diabetic, was evaluated in a study published in 2008 in the Regulatory Toxicology and Pharmacology Journal. The results showed that post-treatment blood glucose levels were not significantly different from baseline measurements in the groups that were given stevia. Additionally, stevia was well tolerated by the subjects and had no side effects. So this is really good. Um, you are taking stevia without experiencing any blood sugar spikes. And that is the last thing you might want to experience, especially if you have diabetes. And helps insulin production. And we know that insulin has a major role in diabetes case, because it helps you use the sugar that you are taking. Now, by taking stevia, a study published in 2005 in the Hormone and Metabolic Research Journal evaluated the effect of stevicide, a glycoside in Stevia Rebaudiana in rats fed a diet consisting of 60% fructose. Stevicide was found to decrease plasma glucose concentrations, improve insulin sensitivity, and delay the development of insulin resistance in the rats. Based on these results, the authors concluded that stevia may also be helpful for diabetics. And another major problem if you have diabetes is weight control. According to research, most of diabetic people are overweight. And this is a good news. Stevia has no calories at all. In contrast, a gram of sugar contains about 4 calories, and there are about 4 grams of sugar in a teaspoon. If you put 3 teaspoons of of sugar in your coffee, that's 48 calories already for just 1 cup of coffee. Using stevia in place of sugar can help you maintain and achieve a healthy weight. That's important because more than 80% of people with type 2 diabetes, as I mentioned, are overweight. So it helps you in a way by preventing you from taking excess calories from your coffee. So instead of taking another 48 calories or so, you are saving it. So you can enjoy your coffee free from calorie or juice, right? While you enjoy other carbohydrate sources, because sugar is not the only source of sugar. If you eat too much carbohydrates like refined flour, pasta, or any other carbs, if you eat too much and your body cannot burn it, it will turn to sugar. So definitely, you need to control your carbohydrate intake, especially if you have this disease or this diabetes. And the good thing about stevia, compared to artificial sweetener, in fairness, it doesn't cause you to look for sugar. It doesn't give you the cravings to eat sweets anymore. In fact, after you eat your favorite sweets with stevia, sweetened using stevia, you will feel full. You feel satisfied, and you just you just forget that you want more. And if you were people like me who have a big appetite, I can eat a lot. I can eat a man. I'm a woman, but I eat like a man, and controlling my eating habits is the hardest part. And so far, with my experience with stevia, it helped me control my appetite by using it as a drink. And I sometimes I mix it with my favorite fruit juice. I don't mix anything, just dried leaf stevia. I blender it, and then there's my juice. I'm satisfied, and I have the energy I need. It doesn't bring me down. Unlike sugar, you have the sugar rush, but with stevia, it gives you constant energy supply, which is really good if you are working. And warning, what warning is doing in here if stevia is good for human consumption? Well, use natural dried leaves only for me, because uh, refined artificial sweeteners are chemically treated, and they are just using some extracts from stevia. And stevia leaves are full of nutrients, like vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. So it will be good that you take those good things in your body, right? But what the other company do, just to give you this sugary texture, like the white refined stevia powder, um, they strip off those essential nutrients and process it with chemical. They bleach it to make it white, and they mix it with other substances like erythritol. Erythritol is a natural substance found in fruit. However, the problem is erythritol is very few in substance, so it will be impossible for them to use erythritol as their main ingredient. But if you will check the label and you see erythritol as the first ingredient in the list, be wary, because what most companies do is they turn a corn, a food grade corn, to a food grade starch, and there's going to be fermentation that's going to happen, chemically treated, and then until they form erythritol substance. So what you are taking is not actually a natural substance found in fruit. If you are a naturalist like me, and so it will be better if your main goal here is to be healthy, um, control your blood sugar. You may want to make sure that you are taking the real thing without any harmful chemicals that could damage your health in the long run. So, the things to remember. Well, diabetes is treatable. That's a good news for most of us. All types of diabetes are treatable. Type 1 diabetes has no known cure yet, while type 2 usually lasts a lifetime. But there were success stories that people had it managed and was able to get rid of it. And so just follow, observe proper exercise. Exercise is really good for your body. Um, it makes sure that your blood is still circulating, your joints are moving. You will feel younger, more energized, and it's a good stress reliever. So at least be physically active and observe your diet. Make sure that you are eating a balanced diet. You're not going too much on sugar, not too much on carbohydrates. Um, Probably choose more green, leafy food like lettuce. Make your dish colorful by adding some tomatoes, carrots, different. There's so many vegetables out there, and it's delicious. If you don't like vegetables, well, what I know is there is a product also that they turn vegetables to look like meat, and somehow they manage to make it taste like meat. So you might want to check that out. And yeah, just go for healthier options. And you're not getting any younger, so take care of your health. It's your wealth, and it's true. The fact is not gonna change. And another thing to remember is use sugar alternatives. It's very obvious that I recommend stevia because I personally use it and I'm satisfied with the effects it's giving me. I don't have major side effects, though. My first days of taking it, I had a mild headache. But after a few days, my body got used to the amount of sugar that I'm taking, and everything went back to normal. And now I'm I'm free from my sugar attachment, and I rarely have sugar spikes. Sudden high blood sugar. I don't experience that anymore at this moment. From the time that I started taking stevia, and even if you don't have diabetes, always observe your sugar intake. It doesn't give you an excuse to overload yourself with sugar, because sugar, when too much, is bad for your health. It does something with your teeth. It causes cavities. It makes you um, gain weight. And if you have this belly, they have this called sugar belly. Yeah, if you have too much sugar in your body, it goes to your belly. So it doesn't sound sexy, isn't it? So yeah, manage your sugar intake. You know what to do basically, and use only natural leaves of stevia to avoid chemically treated refined stevia product out there. I know it's convenient, but I'd rather use the natural thing than convenience, which eventually harm me in the future, right? So I hope you learned something about diabetes, about how it helps in how stevia helps in how stevia helps diabetic people, and how it can contribute for us to be healthier and enjoy life to the fullest. So thank you very much. If you don't know where to get your fresh stevia leaves, um, I'd rather buy the dried leaf stevia because it has more shelf life, and it's good. if the winter is coming, you can stock more and use it, you know, sparingly to your food, to your coffee drink, whatever. And if you don't know where to get one, your dried stevia, I will recommend a farm. This is where I get my supplies from. I'll be providing a link below my video, and just go to it, and good luck. Thank you very much for watching this video, and good night.